Let's talk about Bel-Air. Like I said, episode 7, Payback's a Bitch. Opening scene. New Uncle Phil calls Will into his office to talk about Lisa. All the while, Detective Fred, a.k.a. Braxton from the Jamie Foxx show, is trying to get info from Lisa on Will. Understandable from New Uncle Phil's side. More of a preventative conversation, trying to make sure that he doesn't give too much information away. But it just seems like Detective Fred is just looking for any kind of info on Will, which is nuts that he's putting his daughter through that.
You know what's crazy? I actually like Wilk's approach more than I like Uncle Phil's. Okay. Uncle Phil was dancing around it. And I was like, maybe it's good to, keep some distance and blah, blah, blah. Nigga, listen. I need you not to fuck this up. Okay? Don't say nothing to Lisa about any of that Philly shit while this campaign is going. You want to have your come to Jesus moment? Tell her after the campaign. I need you. Do not give her that information because it's not what Lisa will do with it. It's what her father will do to get it out of her and then eventually what he will do with it. Has nothing to do with you. Has nothing to do with Lisa. Has nothing to do with your trust for Lisa. It has everything to do with the fact that Wilkes is her father and you cannot have that information with Lisa. You just literally cannot. There's no way you can give her that information to go home with. Because then what you going to do? You're going to ask her to lie to her father?
Yeah.
You literally cannot have her have that information. So I understand Uncle Phil's stance. I just wish he was just more forward about it. Nigga, this ain't got nothing to do with your relationship. I'm in the campaign.
I would agree with that. I would agree with all of that. I definitely think that it's a teenager, so you might need to be a little more direct.
Just plain.
In what, you know what I mean? But I do think it's wild that he has to ask a teenager that's in the beginning stages of a relationship to be distant. I think if he was a little bit more direct, that advice would have come off a little bit
it
better.
Sounds nuts. It does. It sounds nuts. Like, bro, just be honest. Because Wilkes is straight up like, look, I need something. And then on top of that, I kind of need you to slow play your relationship over there because of what we going through. So that's honesty. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it. I don't agree with his opinions, but he's being honest. Yep. Uncle Phil trying to massage the situation so that he doesn't come off as an asshole. Well, bruh.
Sometimes you got to be, especially as a parent.
Yeah.
Will and Lisa are having to sneak around, and while the election is obviously an issue, Carlton is also an issue because he's still here. He's still around. Will says he will speak to Carlton about the situation that they find themselves in, which will play later on in the episode, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely should have got to that one, fam.
Yes. So, despite recording it, Hillary wasn't so sure about dropping the video that she made last episode. However, Hilo ended up doing it for her, which is absolutely nuts that she's out here in a fucking 360 deal that she can't control her own content.
Ew, that's nuts. I was like, did he take it from your phone?
And then the fact that she can't control it and delete it from her own account. She's in a fucking 360 deal for content creators. That's the only explanation for that.
Hey, so when she was talking to the sex doctor,
sex pop, yeah,
and she was like, "I didn't want that out. This some old porn star shit." And she's like, first of all, do not disrespect sex workers. I was like, oh, God damn it.
I had that reaction to it.
I was like, God damn it. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, don't be disrespecting the sex workers, bro.
By saying that I don't want to be one?
Yeah, it's a little nuts. Shit.
Oh my God, that shit made my brain hurt. But did you peep? She grabbed Hillary's camera.
No.
Like at first I didn't really peep it, but then I wound it back. They showed us her packing up her camera.
I do remember her packing up a camera.
Hillary was in the kitchen. She had the same setup that she had when she was doing the little bra shit, right? Mm-hmm. Old girl looked at her, and then they cut away from her face and specifically shot her packing up her camera. That's or packing up a camera, so it made me think that was Hillary's because they like cut away from them talking, cut away from their face while they were having a conversation, and showed her slowly packing up the camera. That's probably how she got the fucking content in the first place. Oh, Miss Sex Positivity over here is giving people in cahoots to give people salacious material that they didn't want to be out. How sex positive of you.
So what you're saying is she's in a 360 deal, and Kylo's the label owner, and sex doctor is the A&R. That's what I'm hearing.
Basically.
Okay. All right. Okay, so Dwayne Martin apparently wishes nothing but ill will on the Banks' marriage because he clearly spills the beans. Clearly spills all of the beans on the transfer and just walks away.
Hey,
just walks out of the conversation.
Do you know what's so hilarious about Dwayne Martin's character in this show? Is that he is literally himself in real life, like in every way, fucking up marriages. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, I didn't say it. That's what they said. That's what Lisa Ray said. You know what I'm saying?
Yikes.
But no, man, like literally, like just the guy who's doing too much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that one dude that was like, it was cool when everybody was single and young, but then everybody else got girlfriends and he's still trying to be single and young. You know what I'm saying? That guy, that's Dwayne Martin.
So you basically try to ruin the marriage at all costs? That's the thinking there?
I don't think he's specifically trying to ruin their marriage. He's just an idiot.
Yeah.
So you want me to send the money back? Like, dog. What?
He goes, I'm gonna go check some emails. I'm gonna get out of here. Like,
no, you should have did that before you opened up your. On what planet was that going to be the way to go? You hear how this conversation is going. You have
he did it intentionally, fam. That's the problem.
You have all the context in the world.
You
know I already sent you the money. You know I'm trying to convince her to send the money right now. You have all the context you need not to make that statement.
Yeah. I also think that scene was a clear setup for the eventual problems that they're going to have around this art that he paid $20,000 for. Just throwing that out there.
Bruh.
You got anything to say about that?
No. Go.
All right. So Carlton is shitting the bed on the lacrosse field, and Connor says, at least lacrosse is one sport they can't take away from us, which is absolutely nuts, but sounds about par for his character. Well, that's fucking wild.
That one was actually funny. That one was a little funny. That was a little funny.
So after that comment, he clearly fucked him up pretty bad.
Yeah. Isn't that what you do in lacrosse? Like, what is that? Was that not a legal hit? Isn't that what you're supposed to do in lacrosse? I've never played. I've never even watched the game. So
you know what I mean?
I would think since they wearing pads that's a common occurrence. Maybe not. Maybe it was against the rules.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Carlton seems to be understanding on why he's an asshole and why everything he did before was problematic. Still can't shake the feeling that he's going to piss me off at some point. He's just, it's a continuation with him. He's going to make me be like, oh, now Carlton's starting to get it. And then he does something to piss me off. And then we're back. Like, we just kind of keep ebbing and flowing, it seems like.
Well, I think it was good that he acknowledged it, right? That's positive that he realized that he was wrong. I'm with you though. I don't totally trust it. He know too much. And Carlton is loose with his recreational drugs. So at very least he could unintentionally harm the family with how he carries himself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's very reactionary, he's very emotional, and he has a propensity to overreact. So
I guess technically it has to be something that keeps going because it is a drama. It's not a sitcom like the original show is. Sure. They do need a somewhat consistent source of drama, and Carlton seems to be the go-to.
You know what it is? So in the sitcom where we saw this arc maybe take 2 or 3 episodes, they've taken it and they've drawn it all way out and made it a complete arc, which is a luxury that you have afforded to you when you have a drama series that's going to go multiple seasons, as opposed to a sitcom that's lucky to get to 100 episodes if you're lucky. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's syndication. So everybody prays for syndication.
fair enough. Perk-minded said, "I don't trust V at all."
Drive us straight to Vivian. Take us
Nope.
there.
Nope.
No,
Nope. Nope. I got a couple
I'm
more
on the
scenes.
bus.
Nope. 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 Nope.
Me
Nope.
and Perf are on the bus. Take us
Nope.
to Vivian right
Absolutely
now.
not.
Take us
Absolutely
there.
not. Polo Boy says that's a legal play for Dublin Scioto. It's legal, but they were mad because it's practice.
That's a legal play for Dublin Scioto. Shout out to Scioto.
Facts.
I
no.
mean, it looked fine to me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Lacrosse a real sport. Yeah, man. Yes.
And we're going to take it over at some point.
I was about to say, that's all we need. Hey, look, the only thing keeping us out of lacrosse is the fact that the inner city schools don't have it.
And they can't afford it. I hear it's
you know what I'm saying?
One of those
it's
rich people's
expensive,
sports.
yeah, for sure. But hey, you know what? You just made me think of something. We'll talk about it.
Okay. Will decides the best way for Carlton to recapture his popularity after the whole debacle is with a party. So it seems like we're going to have a party episode. Hillary shows her mom the video that she made while new Uncle Phil is handling campaign business. And Viv explains that while new Uncle Phil will do anything for his baby girl, that she should probably empower herself in this situation. Finally showing that her and new Uncle Phil can be distracted, but every now and then they can provide a decent amount of advice.
So I know what I felt about that scene with Hillary and Vivian before the end of the episode. Seeing the rest of the episode, how does it make that moment? How do you feel about that moment now? Because now I feel completely different. I feel completely different based off of how this episode ended about that conversation. I felt like, oh, this was a good, mother and daughter moment. And she's encouraging her daughter to spread her wings and fly on her own, which she's still doing. I just wonder how much of that is coming off as just, genuine good advice for your daughter. Or maybe somebody's feeling a little pinned in and they want to spread their wings. So now they're trying to live vicariously through their daughter. But, hey.
I can see it'll probably be for the best to allow you to handle the Aunt Viv situations in this episode because you own one today about Aunt Viv.
Hey, I'm tired of her.
Which brings us to Aunt Viv also explains to new Uncle Phil that she's going to an art fair in San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
That, coupled with the info that Geoffrey provides on Ricky from Barbershop's whereabouts, causes new Uncle Phil to worry a little bit.
So, let's set the stage here, right? So Uncle Phil, he took the money, he put it into the campaign. Oh, it was my money. Oh, so it's your money? Oh, I'm sorry, babe. Our money. I didn't think that you were going to be that mad. I'm sorry. What does Vivian do? Well, I feel like being petty. And I'm going to go to the art show. I'm going to go to the art show and I'm going to spend time by myself. Because that's what we do, right? We just go and we do stuff and we talk about it later. Right? So she all petty. Now she about to take off to the art show. But you know what? That's fine. He did wrong. He letting it go. He's letting it go. But my man Geoffrey,
I feel like at some point you was like, nah.
You know why he's
Jeffrey
my man?
Okay.
You know why he's my man? Because he's here doing his job. He's here doing something for once this season. He's not MIA messing with light-skinned shorty with the dreads, Vivian's friend.
Fair.
So my man's Geoffrey brings the information and said, oh, Vivian's going to such and such? Well, look who's also going to be there that you didn't know about. Strike one. Why leave that out? But you know what? Okay, fine. So I'm going to pull up then. You know why? Because something don't feel right. I don't like this. I don't like bro. And you're my wife. So if I want to surprise you at one of your events, that's what I'm going to do. I'm well within my rights, right? So I'm pulled up. And what is the first fucking thing I see when I roll in there to put my mind at ease about my faithful wife? Y'all hunched off in the corner having private conversations, whispering to each other, smiling and shit. I thought this was an event for exposure. I thought you were supposed to be talking and networking and getting your product mingling. Well, you mingling, all right. But you know what? That's only strike 2. And you know what? In baseball, you get 3 strikes, so it's okay. So now we let that go, right? And so now we having this conversation, and maybe Uncle Phil overplays his hand just a bit. I'll say that because he was doing well. He was doing good. He slid in there, and he was Superman for a minute. He was doing good until he pressed a little too hard and started talking to Blue Jay all crazy, right? So then they go back to the room and they have their rigorous honesty talk. They have their come to Jesus moment. And I feel like a lot of realistic stuff got fleshed out. Vivian feels like Phil let her give up on her career and he didn't push her to do better. Phil thought like he was doing the best thing for her because the state that she was in was not healthy and it wasn't good for her. So he felt like he was doing the best thing that he could for her. And there was a disconnect in there. They weren't understanding each other.
Let's stop.
Go.
I just wanted to note that I thought that these scenes between them where they're kind of having a conversation, right? It's very clear that this Black relationship has its issues. I thought it was very great that they highlighted communication between them and not some fucking all-out war between them. You know, especially
you want them men, go be with them.
You know what I mean? And I'm glad it didn't get any kind of, well, I don't think in this case it would have, but I'm glad it didn't get physical. I'm glad that there were really no tropes here. It was 2 people having an honest conversation about the problems that they're having in their relationship. I thought that was extremely dope. Go ahead.
So I'm gonna say strike 2.5 was that comment where she was like, if you were curious about Reid, all you had to do was ask. I'm like, she must be talking to that nigga over there because that wasn't for me. That couldn't have been for me. I'm sorry, what? If I was curious. Lady, let me explain something to you. If a man is curious about you and another man, especially if y'all married, you know, I can only speak from a relationship standpoint presently. I'll let you know in about 60 days, you know, something different. But
damn, 60 days?
Yeah, man, we getting close. We're getting close. But even just speaking from a long-term relationship standpoint, if I'm curious about you and another man, it's probably already have gone too far. Because you're supposed to have trust, right? So you already supposed to be in a good spot with your mate. So if I'm out my hookup, if I'm uncomfortable by something that's going on, it's probably already too deep. It's gone beyond, oh yeah, hey babe, who's your friend? Cause see, I asked that once and he just keeps popping back up. Y'all just keep ending up in rooms alone or areas alone with just y'all, nobody else, y'all two alone, out of town. And you didn't tell me. See, that was strike 1. Remember, that was the first strike. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you what strike 3 is. Strike 3 is, hey babe, I want to take care of myself. I'ma save me this time. You go ahead and head home. You got your fast ass out that bed and went to the bar to meet the man?
Yeah, no, that to go through, but
fam, what's wrong with your phone? What is wrong? Now we just had rigorous honesty. We even got it out on the table. Clearly, homeboy has Uncle Phil ruffled under the feathers. Clearly, he's uncomfortable by this situation that you got going on with your man. You gonna double down on it? You're going to double down?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Bet. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Y'all about to find out how bad of a man Geoffrey is. Y'all
That
about
is
to
a
find out.
fact.
Y'all
That is
about
a
to
fact. Well,
find out.
hopefully he doesn't go missing again and do all the work
Yeah,
in the background. I want to see Geoffrey in action.
for sure. For sure.
All right. So meanwhile, while all that was happening, Will and Carlton are at the party. Carlton claims there is nobody at the party, which is nuts because I saw at
Nigga,
least
a whole fucking
50
backyard
to
full of
75
people.
people.
I was like, yo, your life must be amazing when a party with 40 people in it is nobody. Your life is amazing, fam.
That was people in the backyard. You know there's people scattered throughout the house as well.
Dog,
There's at least 100 people here.
40 people crammed into a small basement is a party for me. That's a house party. You know what I'm
You know
saying?
what I mean?
That was the highlight of my season. Boy got a whole fucking pavilion out in his backyard with at least 50 people there. At least. There's nobody here.
Like, damn, really? All right. I see how
But you
you
know what I
roll.
think he was saying though? I think he was saying none of his friends was there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's how it should have been taken. But
Yeah.
I'm like, literally, I can
Fam.
see people
Look
there.
at he's walking
Anyway.
around people talking about there's no one here.
Also, Will calls Connor a nut ass. He doesn't say nut ass freak bull, which I'm saying correctly. I've been stamped as saying correctly. A little slow, but I'm saying it correctly. Nut ass freak bull. He didn't say that yet, but he said nut ass. So we almost there. Anyway, also, there was a DJ here. Could we not get Jazzy Jeff to be the DJ in this situation? Was he busy?
Is Jazz a DJ?
No,
Like in
no,
the
no, no,
show?
no. Literally Jazzy
Oh,
Jeff.
get Jazzy Jeff to do it. We haven't seen nobody from the former cast pop up in the shits yet, which is
I have heard that light skin Aunt Viv is going to make an appearance.
Is that why people were petitioning to get dark skin and Viv on here too?
Probably. I don't know.
I
It's light
saw that.
skin. It was
I
light
thought they
skin
were
Aunt Viv and the person who played the original Vi, I think, are both going to show up in the episode this season, I believe, is what I saw.
okay. Okay, that'll be interesting.
Very interesting.
But yeah, people were petitioning to try to get the black skin. Jesus Christ.
Yikes.
The dark skin Aunt Viv on here as well. I thought they were talking about that reunion show thing that they did before this show came out.
Yeah.
That's what I thought they were mentioning because I don't think she showed up.
Yeah.
On that one.
Yeah. You already talked about New Uncle Phil, so I'll skip that. Jazz shows up to the party and makes a cracking the whip reference, along with mentioning the master bedroom being problematic, which I thought was funny because I'm pretty sure we had a conversation on the pod at some point about master bedroom.
Dog, all the shit that we say and do that's racist, your brain would break. Your brain would break. Your brain would break. You would never celebrate a holiday. You'd probably be an atheist. Your vocabulary would change exponentially. It's best not to think about those things. And just in all honesty, let's just assume that most things are racist and move on.
All right, fair enough.
No.
Not sure I noticed originally, but there is a stark difference in the height between Hillary and Jazz, which was nuts, but
it was kind of crazy. But
we stand the short kings over here. That's all I want to say. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Jazz is a short king. You know what I'm saying? And on this podcast, we stand the short king. You know what I mean? We, me and you. I didn't say you're short. I said we stand the short kings. All right.
Oh, okay.
5'8" and loving it. What's up?
Ooh.
Yeah. What up? Anyway.
Well, now,
if you can go on a tangent about Aunt Viv, I can go on a tangent about the short kings out here. All right.
Damn. Okay, Josh. Shout out to short kings.
But yeah, I just thought that difference between them. I thought it was at first their heels or her heels, but no,
like, she's tall.
There's a very clear difference.
Yeah, she's tall as hell.
Hey, it is what it is. Carlton meets a cool young thing named Aisha. She calls him a sellout for the things that he likes, which
Not exactly. Not exactly.
no,
She did not call him a sellout. She said, "You are cooler than your rep," and then he begged her to explain what his rep was. And literally, as he's saying, "I can take it," I was like, "No, you can't." He was like,
all right.
"I can take it." I'm like, "No, you can't."
But does he deserve criticism for the things that he likes specifically? Because that's what
she wasn't criticizing him. She was explaining what his reputation was. She didn't say that she held those opinions of him. She was literally giving him the information that he begged her to give her. And then he got pissed off and walked away.
Fair enough. So then his public perception is that he's into yachting and race cars and shit like that. Like,
and why is that?
I still don't see the problem in that.
She went on and explained what the problem with it is that it's not just that alone. It's that you have all of those things that you like, which are more commonly seen in white communities.
Fair
but
enough.
You don't do any work to reach out to things that are more commonly seen in black communities. I was
going to mention that. Yeah,
so it's not just that you like race cars alone. It's that you like race cars and you've never picked up a thing of fried chicken ever. Not a day in your life.
Well, that's nuts. She didn't say fried chicken.
It's the fact that you have never shown up to a black student union meeting.
There you go.
But you play lacrosse. You know what I mean?
Fried chicken is nuts. I'm not stepping away from that. Why is it the first thing you went to when she gave you an example? Shit. That's wild.
Fried chicken was funnier.
It was. All right. Jazz and Hillary. Because Jazz and Hillary don't get together in the original, I still felt a little way about their whole getting together, but Short King, bruh.
The way about Jazz and Hillary getting together. What's wrong with that?
I didn't like it because it wasn't. The original was very different. Obviously, they Jazz liked Hillary, but Hillary wanted no parts. But I know we're dealing with a different Hillary, a completely different Hillary.
I think it was a playful flirtation with Jazz at certain moments. It wasn't always like it. Definitely started out as like, "Go home, Roger," but then later on in the series, it was a more friendly, welcoming. Definitely post Trevor, it was welcoming. Jazz was the one who pulled her out of her Trevor funk. If I remember correctly,
I think they went on a date or something along those lines, but that was like one episode, and then they went back to same old Jazz and Hillary. They damn sure didn't make out.
And look, I'm not mad at that.
Anyway, so I am officially drinking the Kool-Aid. Aunt Viv specifically states that the support she needed from new Uncle Phil was 15 years ago. You may not be completely right in your initial theory, but it's very clear that from jump, you smelled something and you fucking
let's set
the season all the way through.
Let's set our storyboard up. Let's set it up.
I'm just gonna say you have the air to predict anything else from Bel-Air season 1 if you like to, without any complaints or anything like that from me.
Set up the stage. Let's set up the stage. We have some sort of long-standing beef between Aunt Viv and Aunt Vi. We have a career that was given up, just as Aunt Viv was trying to spread her wings. We have this mysterious figure who just can't seem to get the hell away from Aunt Viv because he loves her work. I bet you love it. I bet you love every minute of her work. Now we have defiant Aunt Viv. We have, Phil, go take care of that family shit. I'm about to go out and do my thing, Aunt Viv. Aunt Viv is hearkening back to her younger self. She's going back to who she was in a younger stage of her life. She's trying to recapture that. This Vivian don't give a damn about nothing.
No, she doesn't.
If this is who she was 15 years ago, who knows what might have happened? Because see, we only know the mom. Aunt Viv. Who was Aunt Viv before she was a mom?
A thought, a Philly thought, a Philly John.
Philly John. Philly John. Nah, something's definitely going on, man. History wise, and I don't see the scenario where your seeking of your career has to run parallel to a guy that your husband's uncomfortable with you being around.
Yeah.
I cannot work out a scenario. Let's flip a scenario. In what case is Phil going to be allowed to work with a woman that's attracted to him? And that's okay with Vivian. In what situation is that going to be allowed? It's not. It's not going to happen. You know it's not. She going to give him hell until he quit or she get fired.
Especially if he's the boss in that situation. Like, I guess in this art situation, the one who has power would technically be Reid. So in their situation, obviously, Uncle Phil would be the one with the power. So especially in that situation.
So I just feel like, and there's no concerted effort to keep it separate, so that there's no feeling of or thoughts of impropriety. So nobody has any second questions. Dog, you sent me home and then you went to go have drinks with him. You couldn't have asked him about that fellowship through an email, a text, a phone call at most. FaceTime him if you got to look at his blue eyes that bad. But do not send me marching back to Bel-Air so you can go sit down with this man at the bar. It was the craziest thing to me that Michael Ealy realizes that she may be doing some damage to her relationship before she does. Now you know you in the wrong. Mm-hmm. Your husband feels away, right? The man your husband feels a way about notices that he feels away and that this is probably causing a problem. You're full steam ahead. You full steam ahead.
Yeah, I would agree.
How does that fly if the roles are reversed? It doesn't. It does not at all.
It would seem that a lot of people have not watched Bel-Air this week because we keep getting comments that people aren't watching.
Haven't seen it this week. I mean, it came out with last night or today.
Yeah, I mean the good thing is there is a live review. So
yes,
shout out to Perp, shout out to Patience Anderson in the future, I guess in this case.
For sure. For sure.
All right, so Jazz and Hillary decide to go pull up on Kylo because she now has his location. She has the drop on bro. And it would seem that she has smoke for him. That is until Kylo decides that, yeah, everybody loves that video. Your analytics are through the roof. Hillary sees somebody that approved of the video. And then Kylo rolled out the Victoria's Secret opportunity. And all that other shit went out the window.
Okay.
Literal definition of a sellout. But
like textbook, dog. Like if there was a picture in the dictionary. First of all, I poor Jazz. Poor Jazz. We just gonna pour one out for all the homies in this episode, man, because everybody just so disappointed with they women this week. Poor Jazz, because he actually went down there when he ain't had no business being there to back up Hillary. And then you end up making me look like a fool. You end up making me look like a lackey, like a peon. Because I'm over here fighting for what I thought you wanted. And you went and did the opposite off of a conversation.
Well, fighting for what he thought she wanted, which was the right thing.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, but even still, like, I think he's only there because it's Hillary, though. He's there more so because that's what she wants, as opposed to...
He was there for backup to her because, he wanted to be there for her. Yeah. Because he's a short king.
Right. Okay, anyway. Secondly, them people was plants. Obvious plants, too. Like, obvious as shit. I've been in here talking for a whole minute and a half. Why you wait until we get into a shot match to walk over here and tell me that you love my video?
Yeah. Yep. And they were probably sitting with him before she walked in, but
Girl, now you going back to old Hillary. Come back. We need to pull you back. Put Coco's brain back in there. Let's get what's the old girl's name? Was it April or something like that?
Oh damn! Why can't I think of it? I don't know.
Yeah, chick from Major Pain.
Yeah.
But no, she's getting old Hillary brain here because that was dumb as hell. And
she was also in Ladies Man. Just wanted to note that as well.
She was with Leon Phelps. Hello, Dooley. You threw me the fuck off. You threw me off.
You're welcome.
Oh, the way that she was acting afterwards, I was like, man, you not even embarrassed.
Nope.
You not even embarrassed.
Nope.
You drove me down here to tell this man off and to make sure that he took that video down. We're leaving with you having a Victoria's Secret deal to take off more of your clothes.
She got the bag, bro.
You not embarrassed?
Nope.
Why are you not embarrassed? Why? Why are you not embarrassed?
Because she got the bag, bro. That's all that matters.
No. First of all, $15K to get you out your clothes? $15K to get you naked. Okay, so bet. So I know you'll act a plumb dumb fool for $50K. You'll act a whole asshole for $50. And for $100, I can do whatever the fuck I want with you. It's basically smut porn. Like, come on, man. Even if you're going to sit up there and take your money for something like that, why set your bar so low? That's reality TV money. That's Love and Hip Hop, bro. You might as well call up Viacom, tell them that you down. You got to follow on social media. They are sure to put you on the next Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. You don't even have to live there, bro. Just they'll get you an apartment. You can go there and make $15K a month. That's what you want to do. Or $15K a post.
Love and Hip Hop LA, actually. Get it right. They're in LA.
They will for sure pay you $15K an episode.
It's probably $5K an episode, depending on who you are, I guess.
But okay, so you got to make the equivalent though. So like the Banks are probably like the fucking Carters, or maybe not that big. Let's say the Banks are like the Baileys.
Okay.
Not yeah, like the Bailey sisters.
Okay.
So you don't think Chloe Bailey could get $15K an episode on Love and Hip Hop?
Chloe Bailey is above Love and Hip Hop.
No, she absolutely is. But if she wanted to do it, you don't think they pay her $15K an episode?
Anything Love and Hip Hop is paying her is a downgrade.
Karen Parsons was her name. Karen.
Yes, that's her name.
She got. What up, Dale? She got the. Yeah, she definitely got Karen brain again.
Lisa helps Will see that as much as he's trying to help, it's basically up to Carlton to help himself. And then they decide to go upstairs. She decides to ask him about his secrets. He stays true and doesn't give up any information about what brought him from Philly. And then they do the do.
I just see all of this crumbling down. But you know what? I knew it was going to have to happen something like this because, again, high school relationships, this was never going to last anyways.
Seemed a little quick, though.
Well, no, it's not over now. They have to get closer and they have to build a loving relationship and they have to seem like nothing can stop them only for it to all tumble down because Will lied, right? Because that's how life works.
Okay.
Because that one miscarriage of justice outweighs everything else that they've been through. But you watch, that is exactly how it'll happen. That is exactly how it'll happen. You lied to me. Everything's a lie now because you lied to me that one time. And now everything else you did after that was a lie because of that. How could I ever trust you, Will? Why didn't you trust me? Watch, that conversation is happening. It is 1,000% happening.
No, for sure. It has to. Kind of nuts how we're going to go from this to them getting married in seasons, in like the coming seasons at some point.
We don't know if that's where we're going to end up, bro. We don't know if that's where we're going to end up.
Did they completely retcon her character to the point where they're not...
Where that she doesn't end up with Will? Maybe. They're high school sweethearts. Who's still with their high school sweetheart, Josh?
I understand that. I'm just saying, did we completely change her character to where that's not happening? Because I feel like you could have gave that character to somebody else and not named her Lisa at that point.
Most people do not marry their high school sweethearts.
I get it.
Side note, why the hell is Carlton searching around looking for Will and Lisa when he should be with Aisha?
He should be, especially after what happened with, Carlton and Connor. He proved himself a little bit. She was there. Reaped the benefits of that.
You felt like the man. You sent your little text to Will. He gonna get up with you when he can. Don't go looking for the man. Especially after you paused on the steps. He knew what time it was. When he sat there on the steps and looked around and he noticed he didn't see Lisa, he didn't see Will, you knew right then, fam. Why are you torturing yourself?
Yeah.
Why are you torturing yourself? It ain't gonna make you no better to see it in the flesh.
Yeah, so forget about it. Go downstairs and then enjoy yourself.
Talk to Aisha.
Enjoy yourself.
Lisa's a goner, fam. She's gone.
She's been gone. You knew that. That's why you tried to blackmail, bro. Enjoy yourself. But we talking about teenagers, so, I know what I would have done, but, I'm not a teenager anymore.
Aisha's right there, dog. She's right there.
Fair enough. Also, we did actually kind of talk about it already, but Jazz is a fucking real one. Jazz just gets it. He gets it. He completely understands.
I'm so glad he didn't let her off the hook. I feel like it would have been so easy just to go along with whatever she was doing because at the end of the day, he was there with her. But I'm so glad he didn't let her off the hook. Sometimes people need to hear when they're wrong. People need to hear it. It's not enough just to, all right, well, I don't have to indulge them with my company. No, man. Make sure that they know that what they're doing is grimy. It's one thing to have the support of your friends and family while you're doing wrong. It's another thing to do it in spite of their dissent, in spite of their disagreement.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Make her come to terms with what she's actually doing. You can do whatever the fuck you want, but you're not gonna sit up here and pretend that you're doing it for the people. Oh yeah, I'm gonna amass all of this following by showing my tits, and then I'm gonna talk to him about Malcolm X and Marcus Garvey.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. That's definitely not gonna happen.
I'm gonna uplift my people with my nipples.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna happen.
What the fuck are you talking about?
What's actually gonna happen is you're going to get sucked deeper and deeper into this black hole that you've created for yourself.
And then the next thing you know, you Camille Wimbush.
Why does she keep getting brought up in these conversations? Yikes.
Because she swore up and down that that's not. I'm gonna keep doing this. She swore up and down that that's not what she was about to do. We even got on the pod and defended her against all the nasty Negroes out there that was jumping on her back, waiting on her OnlyFans to kick off. We defended you, Nessa.
And
another topic for another day.
That don't work out. But anyway,
that's another topic for another day.
Anyway, did you have anything else that you wanted to say about the whole Aunt Viv and all of that situation?
That's about to get messy, man. That is about to get so messy. Uncle Phil is head first into the campaign. Aunt Viv is head first into this lecture tour that she has going on now.
We still haven't even gotten into the 20,000 for the art yet.
Yeah, that's.
Which I guess at this point that kind of seems like a smaller problem, but another problem nonetheless.
Yeah, the bigger problem is that she's willing to go on tour with this guy.
Yep.
That's the bigger issue.
I would agree.
But
still another feather on the pile of things that they have against them.
In so many words, you admitted to being attracted to him, not physically, but because he enjoys your art so much. Provides. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So what the fuck am I supposed to do with that? Just allow you to go gallivant across the country with him?
Nope.
Hey,
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
You let me know. Give me the itinerary, babe. Hey, babe. Let me see the itinerary. I just want to make sure you're safe. I want to make sure that, I have everything set up for you. I'm going to have Geoffrey look into it. Let me see your itinerary. It's a done deal. Done dada. He about to be sleeping with Rashad in a minute.
Oof. Let's hope Geoffrey don't cap, bro. But he
smoking
might have
on
to.
That Ely pack. We smoking on that Ely pack.
Smoking on that Ricky from Barbershop pack.
Smoking on that Ricky. We smoking on that Ricky tonight.
Yikes.
For real.
All right. So the last scene that we see, I believe the last scene, is obviously the cops get called from Connor. What a stereotypical white name. I just think that's hilarious.
No, it's the perfect name for this
It
character.
is.
For sure.
Either Connor or Tanner. Connor calls the cops on Carlton. He thinks he can smooth it over because he lives in the house. To which the cop decides he's about to just pull up and arrest every fucking body.
Dog.
Which was nuts. Absolutely nuts to begin with. The LAPD has been absolutely wild in between Snowfall and Bel-Air.
I mean, I guess I could kind of see it if he was pulling up in the hood somewhere, but like...
No, you're pulling up in a fucking mansion.
So, yeah, and even still, you still got your chest out. Like, anything you do in here is not going to come back to you. Like, these are a bunch of rich kids, rich parents' kids. So, like, why are you so... I understand why you go out there on the I-95 and do whatever the hell you do. Right? Because, let's just be honest, LA is not the best place to be driving while black.
Facts.
But, how do you think you about to pull up into this Bel-Air mansion and manhandle all these rich kids?
I was going to say that's also gated. So how did you even get in here? But they probably left it open for the party.
Sure.
So that happens. And then finally, Lisa and Will come down from their escapade. And because Lisa's dad is the head of police, she called him, got everything rectified. But Will still has not had that conversation with Carlton. So he's pissed.
Yeah, that was a miscalculation on Will's part because I don't really have no right to be mad. It's been over with. I think that's clear enough. I think it's also clear enough that she likes you. At this point, if we boys, we should probably have this conversation.
If we're cousins, blood related.
Well, but they was already cousins, so that part of it didn't really have no.
I got you.
Now we're cool. We on the same page. We not beefing no more. So if that's the case, you at least owe me a conversation.
Agreed.
Now, prior to all of that, I feel like it was probably Carlton's responsibility to have that conversation. If you're the one pursuing, if you're the incumbent, it's incumbent on you to speak up.
I would agree.
You know what I'm saying? Predators come around, they start sniffing, and they just go hunt. They don't ask permission. So, if you're laying parameters, if you're setting boundaries, it would be a good idea to start with the woman that you're going after.
Yes, absolutely.
Just saying. Now, in the midst of all that shit happening, and then her going, leaning more towards Will, it probably became more of Will's responsibility. But I feel like at different points, it was both of their responsibility to start actually talking about this and not just arguing over it or saying, stay away from Lisa.
Yep.
So
I would agree. Any other thoughts on Bel-Air?
Hey, man, y'all better watch out for Aunt Viv.
Better watch out. They better watch out for Geoffrey.
Better watch out for Aunt. Yeah, no, watch out. He's a bad man. He's a bad man. A bad man from Kingston.